For monitoring a project, Henry Gantt, who lived from 1861 till 1919, gave an idea that was basically a graph, and that came to known as Gantt Chart. He gave this idea to monitor the progress of a certain project, because a project can be divided into a certain set of activities that are undertaken in a systematic way. So this is something we can do on a graph, and that will be known as Gantt chart after the name of its creator. So we can do it on a page by using our manual process, but here we are going to do it on Microsoft Excel, which is quite useful in this regard. Let's see the data. We have activities in the first column. As we know that every project has activities. Here they are starting from 1 and ending at 10. There is a beginning date of that certain activity, and there is ending date as well, and then we have the duration of this activity, which is from this time period to that time period. And in this way all other activities, they are listed, and we can see that we can easily make sense of this table. However, this cell is calculated using the difference between the end date and the beginning date, that is C2 minus B2. This is C2 and this is B2, the difference between the 2 points, that is ending date and beginning date. And here we have 91, which is the gap between 8th October 2023 and 9th July 2023. So duration is also one of the variables that we have calculated. Now we come to the plotting of the graph. For this we need at least 2 variables, that is in this case activities and the beginning date. We go to the insert tab, and in insert tab we have recommended charts. We will get this recommendation tab, but we should go to all charts so that we could choose that type that we have imagined more suitable. Here there is column type, and there is line, pie and bar and all those types, out of which we will choose the bar chart. Bar chart is more suitable in this regard because it is horizontal in nature, and we want the graph to be horizontal so that we could assess the change over time in the activity. And on x-axis we will have the time. As you can already see, on x-axis we have 19th May and all those dates, and the activities, they will appear on the y-axis. This is actually x-axis when in the vertical dimension, but since the graph has been moved in a way where a 90 angle shift has taken place from left to right, therefore it seems like the graph has fallen towards its right, and it is looking like that. Otherwise, actually activities are on the x-axis and time is on the y-axis. But here, for the sake of understanding, we are following this. Here we have another type of its graph, that is the 3D cluster bar, and this is the 3D stack bar. We are interested in stack bar because we want to stack the activities, and this is also there, but this is 100% where the total value is equal to 100. This is something we do not want. We want the activities to be there where they should be, and that is now equal to this situation in the graph. Now I start with the top thing, that is the begin date. I can change it to Gantt chart, for example, because this is the title of this chart. This is also okay, but I don't want to waste the space of this graph because I know it's Gantt chart. So I have selected it and I delete it by pressing the delete button. So now the space for the actual chart is now greater and becomes easy to make sense of it. Now the other thing that I would like to do here is I would like to introduce the duration, because in order to assess the progress, we need to move along the duration. This is just the beginning date, so this is not anything relevant, because this is where the beginning of the activity 10, beginning of the activity 9, beginning of the activity 0, first, and beginning of the activity 2, beginning of the activity 3. So these blue bars are basically not showing anything that relates to the progress. They are just the gap between the beginning of a certain activity and the origin of the graph, the scale, that is the beginning of the time axis. So we don't want this actually, but we have to resort to this because the activity will start from their end, that is from here, from here, from here, and from here, and definitely from the end of all of these bars. So let me add those duration bars here. Simply by right clicking, I can get the option of select data, in which I can add the series. As you can see, add series. So when I click it, it comes here. This is duration and this is series, and these are the values, that is the series. And now you can see the brown bars are visible. We click OK, and further OK to close the select data source dialog box. And now we see that these brown bars are showing the duration of the certain activities. The longest activity is in 91 days, so here we have 91 days. The first activity was for 20 days, and here we can see it is for 20 days. So we are concerned with these brown bars. We should get rid of these blue bars that are not of any meaningfulness. So I click them once or twice. Whenever these bubbles are visible, it means that these blue bars are selected. Right click, and fill option is there. In fill, I have to unfill it so that they disappear, so I am choosing the option no fill. So when I do, they disappear, those blue highlights. Now those bars are there, but they are not visible. Secondly, I would like the activities to start from 1 instead of 10. So what I will do is I will reverse the order. For that, I just need to click on this, and when I choose the format axis after clicking the right click, I will get this dialog box on the right hand side of the screen. And as soon as I do this, I see multiple options, out of which categories in reverse order is something that I would like to click, because it is going to reverse the order. And as soon as I click it, the order has been reversed. Instead of starting with 10, it is starting from the activity 1. And these dates are getting overlapped. I can fix it by clicking on it, and as soon as I do it, text options come, and in that, number is the last option that I will click, and the type is now visible of these dates. I can choose this format or I can choose that format. It's up to me. The local settings can also be changed. So here I'm choosing this option, and as soon as I choose this option, the dates have been changed into this format, which is more friendly. Now I click it, and I click Ctrl B to make it bold. Also for activity, Ctrl B for bold, so that they become more readable. Till now the things are okay, but I can see this much of the space is unnecessarily occupied, due to which it doesn't seem good. It's difficult to read these bars. If I get rid of this portion, this much, these 3 lines, then it will be easy for me to read this progress of the activities. So when I click it, I get the bounds in the axis options, minimum and maximum. It means the minimum and the maximum. These are dates specified in dates format. Here, however, these dates are mentioned in numbers, because in Excel, in the background, it is not the dates that get stored, it is a number. So it is 44,700 somewhere here. What I can do is I can increase this number up to this number, so that this area disappears. So let me increase this value of minimum. For example, if I make it 800 instead of 700, you see that it has shrunk a little bit, and the bars are getting longer. It is good for us because we want them to be more readable. So after putting 900, it's more visible. I can experiment further with 870, for example, but it's not suitable. It should be 920, for example. Now it seems more readable, and now you can see the bars, they are quite lengthy, and no unnecessary space is visible here that would hinder our understanding. There is no need to reduce the value or increase the value from the end of this graph on the right hand side, because it is already very much close to the highest value, that is the 12th month, 6th of the September. It is quite close to it. So another small thing that we can do to increase its readability is to add labels on it, so that we get a quick review of the certain values. Now since they are selected, you can see the cells are selected, and we want these values to appear here, so that we know that if we are talking about this activity, that is activity number 5, if it is the activity number 5, then we could know that how many days it requires. When I bring my cursor, it shows that it requires 16 days, but what if I add the values? For that, I right clicked on them, and add data labels is something that we can see here. Add data labels, and as soon as I did it, we can see that the labels are appearing. The longest activity was of 91 days, which was of activity number 7. This is activity number 7. And 31 days, activity number 10, and 20, activity number 1. So all these activities, they are appearing here, and now we can see the number of days as well. So now it has become easier to monitor the progress of the project with all of these highlights. We can also elongate it, because if we do, it becomes even more understandable with all those certain dates more visible. You can also restore the data type of these dates that we have here. Let us choose the axis of the dates, and then come back to format axis, and we can choose this option again where the months are mentioned. As soon as I did it, you can see that they are now visible in these months, as we have already used the data in this date format. So we can make a Gantt chart by using the Microsoft Excel. Thank you.